Right now, you feel like you're sitting still. You might be on a couch, a train, or even walking a dog. But still is a lie. At the equator, the Earth is spinning at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour, about 1,000 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. You don't feel it because everything around you is moving at the exact same speed. The air, the ground, the mountains, it's the perfect cosmic cruise control. No bumps, no vibrations, just smooth rotation. It's so smooth that even our Schrödinger cat here hasn't spilled a drop of his tea. Yet. This is the law of inertia, or Newton's first law. Objects in motion stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. To us, the world is stable. But to the universe, we are a spinning flywheel of massive, terrifying kinetic energy. If you shrunk the Earth to the size of a basketball, it would be spinning so fast you couldn't even grab it without breaking a finger. According to NASA Earth Observatory data, that rotational energy is enough to keep us spinning for billions of years. But what happens if that flywheel just clicks? What if the brakes were applied instantly? Imagine a cosmic hand grabs the Earth's crust, locking it in place for exactly 1 second. 1 heartbeat. This isn't a slow, gentle break. This is an instantaneous halt from 1,000 miles per hour to 0. The ground beneath your feet stops, but physics has other plans for you. You are still a projectile. Welcome to the shortest, most violent second in human history. Physics is about to break its silence. Let's see what happens to our mascot, and the rest of the world. Hold on tight. The Earth's crust has stopped, but the atmosphere didn't get the message. Newton's first law isn't just for people, it's for every molecule of nitrogen, oxygen, and water vapor. That gentle breeze you felt moments ago? It's now a supersonic wall of air. Traveling at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. This isn't a hurricane. It's a global scouring. As the Earth decelerates, this massive, silent wave of wind hits the surface. Forests don't bend, they are flattened instantly, trees becoming high-speed splinter bombs. The visual effect, in our cinematic painted style, is like watching a world being painted in thick, violent brushstrokes of destruction. The atmosphere is peeling off the planet. Everything not anchored to bedrock is shredded or sent airborne. Even modern skyscrapers, built to withstand storms, are torn from their foundations and ground to dust as they collide with other debris. We catch a glimpse of our cat mascot, still in the air, spinning through a cloud of papers and shattered office furniture. The only stable things in the chaos are the blue data points hovering around it. This is the kinetic apocalypse. If the wind was a scouring brush, the ocean is a sledgehammer. The Earth's oceans hold 1.332 billion cubic kilometers of water. That's a mass of over a sextillion kilograms, all currently synchronized with the Earth's 1,000 mile per hour spin. When the planet stops, that water doesn't. It slides across continents. Imagine a wall of water, miles high, moving at the speed of a jet fighter. This isn't a tsunami caused by an earthquake. This is a megatsunami born from pure momentum. At the equator, the water surges eastward, swallowing entire countries in seconds. We see the deep, heavy indigos of the sea crashing against the warm siennas of the land. Our cat mascot watches as the Atlantic Ocean decides to visit the Sahara Desert. The sheer weight of this moving water does more than just drown, it reshapes the geography. Mountains are not just hit, they are eroded in minutes by the pressure. The kinetic energy being converted into heat at the friction points is enough to make the coastline steam. By the end of this single second, the map of our world has been redrawn by the hand of inertia. The blue marble is now a bruised, watery mess. We no longer recognize the borders of human civilization. Our cat friend realizes that the 1-second stop is just the beginning of the chaos. Because while the surface is drowning, the planet's interior is about to snap. Next, tectonic whiplash. The real catastrophe is happening 30 kilometers beneath your feet. The Earth isn't a solid cue ball, it's more like a soft-boiled egg. When the solid crust stops instantly, the liquid outer core continues to swirl at 1,000 miles per hour. This creates a massive internal drag. This isn't just an earthquake, it's a global tectonic snap. The momentum transfer is so violent that tectonic plates are shoved into one another at supersonic speeds. New mountain ranges are birthed in a single second, and deep-sea trenches are crushed shut. In our cinematic painted style, we see the ground glowing from the sheer heat of friction. Our cat mascot sees the ring of fire ignite all at once, a necklace of volcanoes erupting in a synchronized scream. The magnetic field, generated by that swirling core, flickers like a dying light bulb as the rotation desinks. Source: AR14, 1406.4039 on geomagnetic fluctuations. Navigation becomes impossible. The Earth is no longer a peaceful home, it's a broken machine, leaking its internal heat into the void. The kinetic energy of a whole planet is being converted into thermal energy. Friction heat. Beneath the crushing weight of our new megatsunamis, the ocean floor is tearing open. Our cat friend sees the map redrawn not just by water, but by fire. Exactly 1 second has passed. The cosmic hand, let's go. Earth begins to spin again. And that's when the second half of the disaster begins. Phase 5, the jerk. In physics, the rate of change of acceleration is called jerk. And the Earth just experienced the biggest one in history. After standing still for exactly 1 second, the planet is suddenly yanked back to its 1,000 mile per hour rotation. If you think the stop was bad, the restart is a second round of cosmic whiplash. 0 to 1,000 miles per hour instantly. The liquid oceans are now slammed by a new force in the opposite direction. Chaotic sloshing on a planetary scale. Violent smears of indigo paint clashing with the red-hot glowing cracks of the shattered crust. Our cat mascot's bubble is caught in a double vortex. Newton's laws are literally tearing the scenery apart. The atmosphere is whipped into supersonic cyclones. Remaining moisture flash boils into a global fog of steam. We are looking at a phase transition of an entire world. Source: Journal of Geophysical Research. The Earth is spinning again, but it's unrecognizable. It's a steamed, shattered, and drowned marble. Much of the planet's surface material has been flung into orbit, forming a temporary, chaotic ring. But what about our satellites? The eyes of modern civilization are now out of sync. For 20 minutes, every GPS coordinate on Earth will point to the wrong place. The world is lost. As the water settles, new shorelines are born. The Atlantic is now a series of islands. Our mascot looks for home, but home is under 3 miles of new sediment. But there is one final consequence. One that reaches out to the moon itself. Phase 6, Angular Momentum. While everything on the surface was screaming, the moon was watching in silence. But the moon isn't just a spectator, it's a gravitational anchor. In our system, there is a sacred law, the conservation of angular momentum. Source, NASA Science. When the Earth stopped for that 1 second, the system's total spin was thrown into a violent imbalance. The energy didn't just vanish, it had to go somewhere. The imbalance creates a cosmic tug-of-war. Because the Earth stood still while the moon kept its speed, the tidal bulges are no longer aligned. This creates a gravitational brake and accelerator at the same time. The moon starts to pull on the stationary Earth with more force, attempting to drag the crust back into motion. This tension is enough to stretch the very rock of our planet, creating what we call tidal heating. As the Earth restarts, the moon is actually pushed further away. Normally, the moon drifts about 3.8 centimeters per year. Source, Lunar Laser Ranging Experiment. In this chaotic second, that drift accelerates. The moon steals Earth's rotational energy. It uses that stolen energy to climb into a higher, more distant orbit, changing our nights forever. Our cat mascot, looking through a cracked telescope, notices the moon looking just a tiny bit smaller. The moon is a silent witness to a planet that almost lost its rhythm and its place in the cosmos. But while the moon is safe, our machines are not. Every satellite is now a rogue projectile. Phase 7, the satellite graveyard. The disaster wasn't finished with Earth's surface, it was coming for its halo. Modern civilization is built on a halo of silicon and speed. Earth is surrounded by over 10,000 operational satellites and 100 million pieces of debris. Source, ESA Space Debris Office. They orbit in a balance. But when Earth did its 2-round inertial wobble, that balance was shattered by orbital desynchronization. We see the concentric shells of the satellite grid collapse into a chaotic, snarling knot. This is technical carnage. Satellites didn't just drift, they were flung out of their orbital planes, atomic clocks screaming into the void. The Sagnac effect corrections, calibrated for a rotating planet, are gone. Maptive simulation confirms immediate GPS failure. Thousands of operational spacecraft are now dead projectiles, tumbling blind through the new debris ring. This is Kessler syndrome at warp speed, a self-sustaining cascade turning orbit into a planetary cage. Our cat mascot watches the grandest achievement of human connectivity dismantle itself. The blue marble, already scarred by water and fire, is now choking on its own technical success. Glittering titanium and shredded solar panels floating peacefully. The digital apocalypse has begun. Modern civilization just lost its eyes, its voice, and its map. The network is silent. The Earth is spinning again, but it is now silent. Phase 8, Act 3 begins. The geologic scar. The aftermath begins now. Civilization is drowning in mud and memory. Hold on tight, little cat. Phase 8, Restoring the spin. Act 3, the aftermath begins. As the violent jerk settles, we are left with a world that no longer looks like home. The blue marble is gone. Kinetic energy converted into heat has released 10 to the 22nd power joules, a global-scale volcanic eruption. Source, Scientific American. On the ground, the scars are permanent. New mountain ranges tower over shifted continents. Coastal cities are gone, buried under hundreds of feet of new sedimentary rock and mud. Our mascot sees a landscape ground down to raw bedrock. The soil was scrubbed away by 1,000 mile-per-hour winds. The atmosphere is now a toxic cocktail of ash, steam, and ozone from massive electrical discharges. With the magnetic field still flickering, solar radiation is hitting the surface unfiltered. Source: Nature Geoscience. The Earth is spinning again, yes. But it is now a sterile, alien rock. Our pale blue dot is gone. Our mascot realizes that while physics is indifferent to life, life is entirely dependent on its stability. We are entering the long winter of a broken world. The sun cannot pierce the ash. A new map is being drawn. Continents have moved miles in a single heartbeat. The sun is now just a memory, a dim red ember behind a wall of volcanic debris. But can life find a way in the dark? Or is Earth destined to become another Mars? In the deepest ocean rifts, the survivors wait. Extremophiles, the true masters of Earth. We survived the second. But the scars will take eons to heal. Phase 9, the final balance. The dust has settled, the steam has cooled, and the planet is once again spinning. But physics never returns a stolen deposit. Because of the angular momentum transferred, Earth's rotation is no longer exactly 24 hours. Our days have changed forever. For the survivors in the deep-sea rifts, biological clocks are now out of sync with the stars. Source: NASA JPL. The Moon, now at its new, more distant home, exerts a weaker tidal pull. The oceans flow with less vigor. The tides that once drove the evolution of life are now a faint shadow of their former selves. We see two weary travelers moving further apart in the cosmic dark. A million years of drift in a single second. Our cat mascot sits atop its energy bubble, looking at a digital readout of the Earth's new tilt. The axis, once a stable 23.5 degrees, has wobbled into a new, less predictable precession. Seasons will never be the same. This is the price of a second of stillness, the loss of a billion years of rhythm. A masterclass in consequences. The sky is silent. No birds, no planes, just the rustle of wind over raw stone. But as we watch, a tiny sprout of glowing algae appears on a volcanic rock. Life is persistent. Our cat mascot smiles. Life has survived worse. The slow process of adaptation begins again. Earth is no longer the center of a digital world. It is the beginning of a biological one. Millions of years will pass before the clouds clear. But the clock is ticking again. A second of stillness. An eternity of change. One final lesson remains. Phase 10, Cosmic Perspective. We've spent 20 minutes exploring the chaos of a single second. It seems like an eternity, doesn't it? But in the eyes of the cosmos, the entire history of human civilization is barely a blink. A few seconds on December 31st. We are brief visitors on a spinning rock that we often take for granted. We forget the hidden speed beneath us. The laws of physics, inertia, gravity, they don't care about our borders, our wars, or our digital clouds. They are the silent architects of everything we see. Without them, there is only chaos. Our experiment shows us that our existence is a fragile miracle, balanced on the edge of a spinning flywheel. We don't just live on Earth, we are part of its kinetic dance. We are the momentum of the world. To understand the stars, we must first appreciate the delicate stability of the ground beneath our feet. As our cat mascot floats further into the starlight, Earth becomes nothing more than a pale dot once again. A pale blue dot that is now a pale white dot. The only home we've ever known. It is worth protecting, even from our own curiosity. Because in the dark, there is no cosmic hand coming to save us. We are the masters of our own rotation. We decide if we keep moving forward into the unknown. Keep looking up, keep wondering, and never forget how lucky we are to be moving at 1,000 miles per hour. Thank you for traveling through the chaos with us. May your rotation always be steady. Hathan YouTube Expert, http://hathanhyoutube.vn. Don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic journeys. See you in the next rotation.